Welcome
Let's
back.
go. Let's go. Let's go, man. It's been a minute. It's
It's
been a
been a
minute.
minute. So let
Let's
me
go.
ask you how you been, man. I mean, what's been going on? Any past podcasts you've been doing, or how has it been from the transition of let's say 2020 to now in terms of that business structure? I've seen you've been busy with your corporate work, the
hmm
movie industry and stuff like that.
All right. So the music industry been the music, not music, film industry.
Yeah, yeah,
So the
film
film
industry.
industry been it's the same old, same old. If you look at my IMDb, it's on my my real name. It's not Diamond Cash. So I worked on Happy Gilmore. That was recent.
Seeing
You can
that
check
part
that
two
out on
came
the
out.
credits. Yeah, definitely. That's on Netflix. What else I worked on that came out? Um, I worked on even though that was like I think 2 years ago, I worked on Mean Girls.
Mean Girls.
The Mean Girls musical. What else I worked on? It's a lot. And that's my career, man. I'm not going, and I worked on kind of pregnant,
Kind of
so
pregnant. What kind of?
ki-
We gonna have to hit that off
that's
the air. Yeah, we gonna have to hit that off the air. I
yeah,
got, I
yeah,
got,
that's
I
on
got
Netflix.
questions. Yeah, I got
That's on
questions with
Netflix.
that. Yeah, yeah, kind of
Yeah,
pregnant.
yeah,
Is a
yeah,
show
definitely.
about what? Is it a show about?
Um,
In brief, just a brief synopsis.
so pretty much, yeah, I forgot all about it. So pretty much, it's really about like a woman. It's a comedian. She in Brooklyn. I forgot her name. Um, but pretty much it was. I'm not gonna lie. It was a pretty funny show. It's meant to be comedy. That's why it's called Kind of Pregnant. A
Is she
woman.
pregnant? Is she pregnant in the show?
That's for the listeners to watch. I don't want to, what I'm
Okay,
saying. Oh,
okay.
and
I
I'm gonna
got you. I
just let
got
you,
you. No, no, no.
and I'm gonna
Respectable.
let everyone know this. I'm just a worker. That's it. I just work.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
it. That's what I do.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
my career. This
Okay.
right here, this is business right here.
Okay.
I
Okay.
own this. I don't own what goes on in the film industry. I just collect the paycheck and that's it.
How long you been doing that?
About like I think 4 years now. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
I believe
4
so. Yeah,
years.
it's been good.
4 years. Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
So I mean, for my first conversation in about 2020, was it like 2020, 21? So around that time. It's been a
Yeah,
long time
bro.
ago.
We was talking about stocks. We
That
was
was a
talking
long time
about
ago.
health. How the vegan you was telling me about.
Hmm.
Then we was talking about Vanguard. Yo, that still today is that's the gem. That's the gem of the
Yo,
it's
man,
the
it's gems.
Vanguard. Yo,
I just it's gems and gems going on right now.
facts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I mean, pretty much though, like so mostly what is it's like it's so like now that I'm getting older, it's like now what I'm learning about business is that like you really need a team, right? You really, really
Mm,
super need a team. And when I'm not talking about teams as far as like I'm just gonna hire you and hire you and hire you. Nah, I'm gonna get you. I mean, when I get a team, it's gonna be all right. Your role is this. Your role is this. Your role is this. And then after that, you as a leader, you got to make sure your team is good.
mm,
You feel what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You got to make
yeah.
sure your team is good too, because after all, when it comes to being because like let's say you work at a job, right? And you working at a job with something like I'm like, yo, this is a toxic environment. I don't like being in this job. I don't like I don't like doing this. You feel me? I don't like doing none of that. Let me take this hat off. Fuck it. So I don't like doing none of that. You feel me? I don't like. I've been in that environment, bro. And let me tell you something, man. Like working paycheck, and I actually had a conversation with somebody, right? I had a conversation with somebody on the phone, and we was talking about what happens if you was broke. That means no paycheck, no nothing. You started from zero.
Today.
Yes.
Yeah.
We had a conversation. And I
Okay.
said, all right, what happened if I was broke? Okay. All right. So first thing what I would do is I'll be on my hustle mentality. I'll be on grind mode. You know this. We live in a
You
capitalistic
mean
society.
yo, it's crazy.
So
Yo,
if I started
but hold on. I want to know what does a grind mode look to you like right now? Like how would you address a grind mode nowadays?
if I started from zero,
You start from zero. How would you address that?
I
And and what exactly would you be grinding for? Would you like matter of fact, let's go straight to it. How do you even yeah, I mean, I would love to hear this. How would you initiate a grind mode? How would how would it start nowadays? And what will propel you to keep going forward? What will propel
yep,
you to keep going?
yep.
Like,
Okay,
like, like,
yep.
what's
My
gonna be what
purpose.
wakes you up every day?
My purpose,
Okay.
my purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta really like every time when you wake up in the morning, you gotta ask yourself, you gotta look at your long-term goals, you gotta look at your short-term goals, right?
Hmm.
So you really gotta ask yourself every day, how is this gonna benefit me long term? How can I see what can I see myself living in my purpose? What can I see myself in 3 to 5 years? That means I gotta lock in. That means if I started from zero, I gotta put myself on punishment. That means no partying, no luxury restaurants, the 5-star restaurants, no Chili's, no Applebee's, no none of that $20, the $2 menu. Not my bad, not $2, the $20 menu, none of that.
Oh, who got
None
that?
of
Who
that.
got that? Who got the Applebee's?
Applebee's.
And they still got that? They
Yeah,
still got that?
yeah.
They still nowadays? So that's how you would see the grind mode?
Nah,
Like as
nah,
yeah.
nah. I'm not done, King. I'm not
Okay,
done.
yeah,
I
yeah.
will
Yeah,
put myself on
heat it up.
punishment. That's it. I'll put myself on
Punishment like
punishment.
what? Like what you mean punishment? Like you gonna
That
punish yourself?
means that means I'm not going to spend my money. I cannot spend my money unless it's essential product, unless it's essential things, groceries, rent, all the
So let me
bills
ask you
and
something.
uh-huh.
Do you think it would be harder these days to do that than prior days, than 10 years ago?
Um
Do you
if
think
I
it would
think
be if you
do
was to
I
start
think
the
it'll
grind?
be do I think it'll be
Mhm,
harder right now than 10
mhm,
years ago?
mhm.
Well, I mean, you got to remember inflation.
Inflation?
Um, yeah, you got inflation, to remember like 10 years ago, money, is not the value of it is today. So, of course, let's say back in the day, you know how peeps had $20 and your cart was, super big. Now $20 only fits you to like get you like 3 pieces of bread, three, bags of bread. So
Yeah, it gets you three over there. It gets you three loaves.
I'm just saying as
Oh
a
yeah.
number,
Mhm,
like
mhm,
like I'm just saying hypothetically, like $20
mhm.
could get you like like 2, 3 bags of bread. I'll say three. Yeah, because I know some it's like $5-6 plus
So let me
tax.
so let me ask you something. Do you feel like you in your grind right now?
Of
Do
course,
you
I'm in
feel
my
like you
grind
in your
every
grind?
day. Even every day. Every day. Yes. Every day. Of course.
All right.
You know why? It's because, and I wanna go back to the zero part. When you start from zero, right?
Mhm.
Um, of course, even if you have money, you still on your grind. Even the most successful people still on their grind. Even people that are, living comfortably, still on their grind.
Mhm.
They working. So that's what I mean. It's like, if I like start from zero, like I said, put like you cannot. Your expenses has to be low, but then my income has to be okay. I would have to get a job. I don't care if it's a minimum wage job. At that point, because I'm not going to let my emotions set the best for me, because I know that this is essential what I have to do in order for me to make money. Get a job, probably, if I have to get like a second job and, probably do Uber, anything that gets me to, have my income. And after that, and it's not gonna come overnight. It's just gonna keep
So
building
I
up
heard
weeks
you.
and weeks and
I
weeks. Yes,
so I
sir.
heard you so I heard you mention money a lot of times in there.
Hmm. Yeah.
So
Health too. Health and sleep too.
no. But I heard you mention money.
Yes, sir.
So you going for the money?
Everybody mad. Let me stop.
So you going for the money?
Am I going? What do you mean by that? Am I
Because
going
I
for the money?
heard in your grind you mentioned money a few times.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yes,
mentioned money a few times.
absolutely.
So you going for the money. So your focus will be the money.
Yeah, it would, of course, because we live in a society where we have to survive off of bread, but money is not the only thing we should worry about. Does that make sense?
I'm trying. I'm
It's important. It's
trust me.
important.
But hold on. Trust me. When you talking to me, it's really allowing me to see things the way you see things,
Hmm.
because I did at one particular time see things the way you see it.
Okay,
But
talk to me.
at this particular point, I don't see things like that. But I can come to an understanding.
Hmm.
But by you keep talking to me as you're doing right now, it's helping me understand from the mentality you coming from, you know,
Absolutely.
what the grind is, how it's propelling you forward.
Hmm.
But from what my interpretations, if you want my honest opinion, what I hear,
Of course.
I don't really hear, well, I know there's gonna be some activity and things are gonna happen to get you to where you're gonna get, but I think you focused on the money. I think the ultimate goal is money. And that, am I correct?
That's one of the goals, not all of it. One of the goals, but that's not everything.
So in your grind, what is at the top of your grind? What is the top of your grind? Like,
All right. So if you want, all right. So
what is at the
aside
top of your
from
grind?
aside from money, the top of my grind
And
is
I want to hear,
peace.
huh?
The
Oh
top
yeah,
of my is
I mean
peace.
every,
Slow
I,
mornings.
mm,
Yeah, that's the top. That's like the purpose. Slow mornings. Um, family time, because that's super important. Yeah. Um, what else? Of course, vacations and purpose. Doing things what you love to do, what makes you happy.
So what's a vacation for you?
To travel.
No, but what's a What's we have an open
What's a
dialogue.
vacation? All right.
Yeah, what's a
So,
vacation? If
so a
right now
vacation.
you had to go, if you had to take a vacation today, what would you consider what a vacation is? What is a vacation? What's the definition of that mean in terms of if you walk me through a visualization, if you was choosing right now what you would do for a vacation, what would that be?
What I would do for a vacation.
Who you talking to right now? Who you typing to?
Nobody. So
AI? Because we finna have a
nah,
conversation. You just
nah.
like,
I
hold on,
gotta make sure. Nah,
he
I gotta
stopped
make
real
sure
quick. Wait,
family's
hold
good.
on. Hold,
I
hold
gotta make
on.
sure. You
Hold
funny,
on.
man. I
We
gotta make
gotta
sure I gotta make sure family good.
also
Um,
use texting fan right now.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I gotta make
Oh yeah,
sure
yeah, yeah.
family
Oh
good
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah, yeah,
when you
yeah.
get that notification, be like, "Yo, I'm doing a podcast." Yeah,
Mm,
yeah, yeah.
mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not. Yeah, my bad.
yeah. No, 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 no. I don't. Bro,
Yo, you
bro,
funny.
listen. No, no, listen. Don't take me as being funny. Listen. Stop for a minute. Let me tell you something. I hit this dude up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he told me he was having some credit situations. And this ain't a shot at him because he's one of the biggest, he's one of my biggest guys. You know what I'm saying? And he'll definitely probably hear a little section of this and probably be like, damn, is he talking about me? But listen, he hits me up, right? He's telling me he has an institutional problem, right? So his institutional problem has to deal with the credit establishment, right? You know, with the he has some credit issues.
Mm-hmm.
So he tells me, I said, all right, check this out. I got with this lawyer a while back, right? And I got some paperwork. Because I don't know how you feel about the credit, the credit industry. Could pretty much tell you what I didn't know, my ignorance. I didn't know it was outside entities with your information. For some odd reason, when I was growing up, I thought it was a government. You know, you gotta, if you go, you apply for this card, and if you get this card, they shoot it through these. I didn't know if it was a government agency or affiliation with the government, and you shoot it through these agencies, right? And these agencies will shoot it back and determine whether or not Clyde Slade is able to get a car based on my credit worthiness, right? I had no idea what I did learn once I contacted this lawyer, right? And they sold me a packet, which you'll see all over line nowadays. People talk about it. And so I had the packet. I paid for it, but I give it to everybody free. Hey, I got this packet. Let me email it to you. Woo, woo, woo. Fix your credit. It goes through these steps of what you're supposed to do in terms of how you're supposed to look for what credit bureaus, the FCA, Fair Credit Bureau Act or whatever, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so I shoot it to my guy, right? I don't hear nothing from him. 3 week, 3 weeks later, I walked on him. He's like, I walked in on him at work. He's like, yo, check this out. I was like, what's up? He goes, yo, I got these things cleared up in my credit report. Woo, woo, woo. So I'm thinking, damn, I just seen this guy not too long ago. So it takes about 60 to long story short, he was dealing with an AI bot that he was buying online that was was processing his it was going through his credit history and assisting with fixing some of the things that he had wrong on it. And so sometimes, and the reason I said that it wasn't a shot at you, but I always have to ask people, is AI involved? And I don't really even mean this in a plain matter because a lot of people have gotten so comfortable with saying I'm a chat BBT, chat GBT,
Yeah.
right? He does this for me.
AI.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Convenience.
listen, people are having these discussions with me.
Okay.
And so now I have to ask that question, right? Because it was at one point computers was here to assist us, but now we here to assist computers. Okay, we're giving them our information free of charge. This is not a shot at anything that's going on, but we don't pick the subject matter that's on social media no more. They
Right.
pick it. I seen
Right.
a dude arguing with a bot before nowadays online.
That's yeah. Yeah.
They even said Uber drivers done started burning down Waymos. So I'm not making this up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Waymos.
Yeah.
Oh, know what Waymos is? Waymos is the driverless
The
cars.
driver, yeah.
They upset at them because I'm
Hmm.
I'm 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 somewhat in the community. They upset at them because they feel as they're taking their jobs. So it is my common questions when I see someone grab a phone nowadays, and I had a dude hit me up, and maybe he thought it was cool, but he was like, "Yo, Chat GBT just wrote my whole book for me." I mean,
Convenience.
I don't know if it's convenience. I don't even know what's going on. I don't. In my sense, I don't. When it comes to that, it just people are so open with it. So that's what I was actually. I was like, maybe because the way when you was typing to your family, you was like, "Yo, what would I do for my vacation?" And I was like, "Yo, I thought you was going one on one." Because
No.
I mean, it's getting weird nowadays. I mean, it's not, and I don't know if you see that on your end. I don't know if it's getting weird. Like, people are doing weird things on the AI.
Right. So okay. So open. If all right. So if you want to talk about open AI, um, open AI opened the doors for a lot of people. It comes. Some folks have Chat GBT, right? Where it's to a point where now you make videos, you make movies, you um if you want to talk about scary, there's people using Chat GBT as a therapy session. If you want to talk
Yeah,
about
yeah, oh yeah,
scary,
oh yeah. I seen about that one dude who killed himself. It was a
right?
guy who just recently. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. So one thing about AI is that like it is here to stay. It's not going nowhere. And
Okay.
companies, and we was on the phone, with talking about the big dogs. I'm talking about the billionaires, right?
Hmm.
um they're the ones that's high in AI. Like they even want, you know the technology. They're putting invested in billions of dollars into AI, right?
Yeah, because
So
it streamlines a lot for him. I mean,
absolutely,
now
yeah.
you post a picture. Now you post a picture on Facebook. You post a video. AI takes that information as soon as you post it and explaining various things that's happening in your video and
Absolutely.
what the conversation is, and even with the picture, they talking about any subject matter possible. If you type the sun, they talking about what the sun is in there. I mean, I don't know if you see. I don't know if you've seen at the end of people pictures when they be like, "Yo, such and such die," and they be like, and then they had a little question: "How did Sunny D die?" You know what I'm saying? You could press the question on Meta AI, and yeah, so it's
Yeah.
crazy. We
Yeah.
go into some times. Yeah, we go
Of
into some
course.
time.
Yeah. And the thing is, movies, the movies that was like 1900s, they they predicted this stuff like
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Terminator.
yeah.
Yeah, they predicted all of
Because
this.
you have to be, yeah, because you have to understand
The Minority
that
Report.
no,
Yeah.
but you have to understand that, let's be real what computers do, right?
Hmm.
Computers get information, right? And they compute the information at an extremely high rate, right?
And collect the data.
And
Yes.
so regardless of the fact, if I hop in my car, my phone goes off, Apple Maps, and it triggers, say, hey, going to work. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what time it is, or going to the gym, right?
Right.
And so all this information is they have real activity that happen in real lives. So now they have information. They know when I'm gonna use my wallet to buy. What store do I normally go to, right? And so then now all this information is being used for our convenience, right? But eventually, what happens when you get all this information? What happens? You got the answers.
Yes.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you got the answers. And so normally, if you go on like Google and you put something in the chat now, it'll just gravitate to most of the current answers of what's going on, even the search bar, you know. So yeah, it's crazy. It's
It
crazy.
is. Yes.
I think it's gonna get I think it's gonna get really bad for a lot of people.
For AI.
No, people, humans.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna get really, really bad for humans because
Well.
humans are good
Mhm.
because because it, even when I say stuff like, yo, that shit wrote a report. Like right now, I could go get a logo done. Nice logo, right? 15 minutes,
Ask
right?
ChatGPT, and it'll
Right,
fix
right,
it up
right,
for
right,
you
right.
in like 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Beautiful.
Yep.
Something that somebody won't even spend time on, right?
Yeah. Someone that, yeah. Versus like if you get a
Let's
graphic
talk about the
designer,
Uber
you pay them.
industry, all right? So,
Yeah.
so I do Uber, right? And I call it charity work because that's what it is for me. That's how my
Mm.
brain processes it.
Okay.
And I can explain to you why it's charity work. But when I go out there and I get in the car, most of the people they say you're a very different Uber driver, and they like, and I'm like, can you elaborate? Most of them say people don't want to go here, they don't want to drive there, so they have emotions. Like, why would I drive there for a $5 ride and I'm driving 10 to 15 miles, right? So people start complaining. But Waymo comes in and just goes there. You understand what I'm saying? And it
Mm-hmm.
also knows, and it also with AI now, they also know that the last 15 people was refusing to go there. You understand what I'm saying? So, and so what's going to happen is it's going to take away some of the places, some of the things you need. You don't really need emotions. Like if I go hop in the Uber, which I never do, but if I go, I'd rather take a Waymo. A driverless, nobody's in it, nobody's wanting to talk to me, and I could get point to point A to point B without somebody being frustrated, right? When my daughter comes from work, she hops in the Waymo at 10 at night. I ain't got to worry about somebody driving her off somewhere and doing something bad to her. You
Mm-hmm.
understand what I'm saying? And so
Mm.
all of these, what I like to call lower level thinkers, right? The ones that are in deep poverty, right? And don't know how to navigate during those times, they're gonna take over the jobs or the act or the jobs, or I like to say the processes that they're not gonna really need humans for. I mean,
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Yep.
And so
Okay.
that's gonna make it and that's gonna make it a very extremely excruciating process for a lot of people. Very, very soon. It's gonna happen very, very. People think it's gonna be long. It's not gonna be long. It's gonna be very, very fast. It's not gonna be extensive like people think. It's gonna be over a long period of time. Like it's already been happening. Like I told somebody, I said it's already happening right now. Very, very fast at a fast rate. Because I could talk to 5 people about AI and tell them, oh yeah, somebody did an AI wrote a book for them. They looking at me like that's not new news. That's not new. That's normal. I'll use it too. I had people tell me, uh, "You not using it the time. You understand what I'm saying?" And yeah, like I've used it to clean up a letter or something like that. But if I was writing a book, would I use it to write a book? No way. No way.
Nope.
That book don't need to be written then. If I got to use AI to do my book, then I don't need it. Now to like look at some grammar errors and suggest some revisions, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think it's gonna take away a lot. I know the artist is losing a lot of money from that. Ain't nobody going on Fiverr right now. You can make I mean, look at one of the best some of the best companies in the world. Google, Facebook, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Uh Apple.
Mm-hmm.
It don't require much to make a logo. You don't need to
No.
spend money. Yeah, you don't need to spend Nike, right? So you don't need to spend all that money on that process of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can just focus on keeping it simple and getting things copyright and moving forward.
Absolutely. Yeah. So
Yep.
what is your opinion about AI?
It's going to create a huge separation. I see it's going to destroy a lot of people. People are going to have a hard time out there. It's gonna show the disproportionate of equality classes. It's gonna extreme, like they're not gonna need people for a lot of different things. I
Right.
mean, they don't need them now.
And okay, so AI is going to take over
I was gonna take
some.
over. We're gonna
So,
be asking AI to do stuff. That's what we're doing right now, basically. We actually was soon you're gonna see somebody gonna be out there, they're gonna get their first criminal charge for beating up a robot. I'm telling you, that just sound crazy, but I'm telling you, I'm telling you, it's gonna be hard out there. People are doing it right now. People are burning and vandalizing Waymo. What is that? Waymo is what? Okay, let's talk about the facts. A Uber
yeah.
driver drives,
Right.
makes $300 a day, possibly if he works over 12-hour period, because they pay you by the hour. Uber pays you by the hour. They know when you drop someone off, they pay you by the federal mileage. They don't give you anything extra. Anytime you get anything extra, is a tip. You got people right now that's 9 to 5 in that. I'm not gonna say 9 to 5 because they 1 to 12 in it. Okay, they doing that over a 7 day period. Okay, making over 2,000, $2,500. Who cares, right? Now you got Waymo coming in. Google's like, yo, I'll take all your money. I know where everybody's going. I know where everybody's going. I got all their information. I know what time they leaving, where they going, what block they like to go down. You understand what I'm saying? Waymo comes in, they negotiate with Uber, they negotiate with Lyft, right? And guess what? They like to sublease everything anyway, because they don't own any cars. They don't own anything. Uber doesn't own anything, and Lyft doesn't own anything. Just like Airbnb doesn't own anything, right? And then they take over, and then they drive, right? So then guess what? Now they don't need a human inside a car. Human gets upset. Some of these people, because I mean, some of the people live off of this. I mean,
Mm.
whether you know it or not, there's people in California that fought to get paid like they was on a payroll. They got mad and they said, "This is not a contract. This is a 9 to 5, and you need to give us insurance." Okay, and some of them people in the Democratic state passed the legislation and said, "All right, push this through. These people gonna get paid this an hour." So you have a choice when you're out there to get paid a certain amount of hours, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
So they streamlined it. Same thing they did with McDonald's. You remember McDonald's people was like, "Hey, we need raises," and then they just got rid of the lines, right?
Mm.
So now you just punch on computers and you order your shit, and then guess what? Nobody's complaining, right? And
Right,
so
but nobody's not. Yeah, nobody's complaining, but nobody's talking about how they can collect your data. That's
they
that's the
have it already. I mean, they have it.
that's the part.
I mean,
Right.
they have our data. I mean, our data is freely. Like right now, they know me and you going to set up a session. Meta owns all this. This is their platforms, right? Right. So they set it up. They see us inboxing Apple, bing, bing, bing. Now Trump came and said, "Hey, y'all got to start doing data exchange, or we're going to take Google
In the
from you,
United
send it
States,
to
yes,
Chrome.
yeah.
Yeah, we're going to send it to Chrome if you don't agree to share some of this money." That's what they told Google at the beginning of the month.
Mm.
I think it's September 5th, said, "Hey, you know what?" He was like, "Yo, you know what? We're gonna order you to sell the company, your best company in the world, Chrome. I got this open with a Chrome right now, right? So they know what's going on. I mean, it's all data game. It's like an oil game,
Mm.
data. Yeah.
I'm
So
and I'm glad you said it's an oil game.
it's an oil game.
That's
Yeah,
a
it's an oil game.
whole nother
It's an oil
podcast.
game.
Yeah, an oil
It's an
game.
oil game. It's an
Yeah.
oil game. What's
You know
gonna
who
bring you
owns oil?
money?
Yo,
So
that's a
what's
whole
gonna
nother different
yeah?
conversation. But go ahead.
So what's gonna bring you money is is data. You can make money all day on data. That's what everybody attempt to do when they be doing, whether they doing trading. That's what they're attempting. That's what they're attempting to do. Because a lot of people don't follow through, but that's what they're attempting to do. When they're trading, that's what people are doing. They're sitting there, they're collecting, they're looking at the 50 days, moving averages, the support, the resistance, right? And that's what they're doing. with their brains or what they're reading online or whoever they following for follows or whatever or setups or however they call them hits, and then they jumping in on option cues or what is just it's all data. It's all data.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. So the stock market is data. Yes.
yeah,
Yes, it
yeah.
is.
It's all data. It's all data. That's all it is. That's
So,
it.
all right. So if, because I know Meta makes money off of data, right? So what companies make money off? Now you about to, okay. I'm gonna Google this real quick. Who makes money off of just data?
Oh, so you're gonna ask? So you're gonna ask Meta? Who you gonna ask? The
I'm
AI? Who?
I'm not
Who?
asking AI. Open. I'm
Well, hold
not
on,
going
hold on.
to. I'm
No,
not
no,
going
no,
to
no,
chat.
no, no, no. No, but Google has the AI. Hold on.
Got it. Okay. Okay.
Everybody makes money off of data. You make money off of data.
Right. Okay.
Yep, it's coming up right now. Who it came up? The big techs. All the big
So
techs.
okay. So Meta, Google, um,
Yeah,
yeah,
big tech.
all the
Tech.
big tech guys
Tech.
make money off of data.
Tech.
Got it. Open AI. Yep. There you go. Okay. Okay. Apple.
Hmm.
So all right. Um,
So let me ask you something.
we cannot escape
So,
data. But I'm listening.
okay, let me ask you something. If you was had to start your grind today, how would it go? Like, what would be going in your head at the exact moment as of right now? What what are you
If
thinking
I
about?
if I would start my day, if I am I working like this is my 9 to 5?
No, like right now, you're just starting your grind, you're putting it together.
Okay,
A grind to me, okay, let me explain what a grind to me. A grind to me isn't a 9 to 5. A 9 to 5 is just a part of the grind, right? And so,
absolutely,
like, yeah, so like if I'm going in and I'm working, it's I mean, let's just keep it real. Regardless of reality, it's only going to be within a length of certain period. It's
absolutely,
not going to go on forever. This is not a forever thing, right? And so the 9 to 5 to me, the way that I look at it, I'm going to make it the simpler and the easiest. So like me, because of my job, the way I think, I'm going to do the least work as possible at my job in terms of right
right.
in turn me at my job. I work for civil, right? So I work for law enforcement. So I'm gonna do the least because I'm not in the corporate. I'm gonna do the least work necessary. So I'm gonna be on the borderline of fireable,
Okay,
but he does okay. You understand? And the reason being is so I can preserve my energy to continue to do the things that I need to do to get me where I need to be in terms of the grind. And so I would never like your 9 to 5 is your 9 to 5, and however you do it. But I'm talking about the real work we got to do after we go clock in.
so after when we clock in, that's when our
Yeah,
real purpose begins. That's when our
yeah.
life.
Let me ask you something. Okay, I don't mean to cut you off. What's
Mhm.
your mission? What's your ultimate mission? What do you? What's your mission?
My ultimate mission.
What is your mission from this time forward? What is your mission? What is do you wish to do? How do you? 'Cause everything's gonna come to an ending, right? Or like, what is your mission? Like, what are you doing? Like, what's the ultimate plan?
To build a legacy. Build a legacy.
So hold
Um,
on. So there's nothing directly that goes through your head to say, "Oh, I'm gonna do this." And
Absolutely, it does every day. Every day. Absolutely, that's part of my purpose. Absolutely. Yeah.
So is your mission gonna shake people up, or nobody? No, no. This is. Are they gonna shake you up? Like, is the feds gonna be looking for you, or is your mission gonna be one of them things where they gonna be like, hey, we gotta be on this guy, or you gonna just swindle through and everything's gonna be peachy cream? Like, you don't need to secure your family first. Like, you don't have a vision to, you know, making sure everybody's good before you unleash the dogs. Like,
Well, the mission is definitely it's to secure you and your family first.
no, but I'm asking you, do you feel like this is gonna be something that is you're gonna have to worry about? You're gonna have to talk to people, say, your family, your immediate family, and say, hey, you need to be here right now while I take care of this? Or it's gonna be one of the things where it's just gonna work out okay.
We'll always have that positive mindset, but mm, it,
I mean,
that's
listen, we
ooh,
all
that
listen.
it depends. It depends.
I
You
mean, you
know,
should notice, yeah, but you should kind of notice by now, because because what should be going on your head should already be showing you whether these going to trigger certain things where it's going to make this is not a peaceful world. You know what I'm saying? The peacekeepers are not being saved. You know, understand what I'm
of
saying?
course,
And when you following the mission and you going and you trying to do things, there's things that can happen. You know what I'm saying? In the mix of it, right? And
of
and and
course.
so, do you feel like your mission is that exciting, or you feel you haven't reached that yet, or you haven't thought that far into that yet?
I always reach that far. If it depends what type of like far you are you talking about, like in an um,
No, so listen, man.
apocalyptic, like what do you?
Listen.
I'm confused. Talk
No,
to
no,
me.
it's not in a apocalyptic way. Is the impact or whatever you trying to do going to make you be one of them people that people are going to pay attention to in the near future, or in the later future? Or you doing things where it's going to be quiet, right? Or are you shaking up an institution? Are you changing? Because when you do certain things. I mean, let's speak of Charlie Kirk for a second, right?
Okay.
He was involved in, from what I've seen on the news, because I don't know him too much, but he was involved into like making things better in America. Okay, so let's just say that. No, no,
Mm-hmm.
no. Let's just say what his mission is. Let's not go by our opinion. No,
Mm-hmm.
no, but let's not go by opinion. But let's just say what his mission was for him. That's what I
Speaking
seen.
hypothetically.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. For him, if you go on his website, what his mission statement is, right? In terms
Right.
of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so when you go out there like Martin Luther King, or you go out there like Malcolm X, right? And you're trying to change something that's systematic, is going to change things up. When you
Okay.
out there like Jeff Bezos, when you out there like Elon Musk, right? And I'm speaking on everybody. This is not a black or white thing. This is
Right. Right.
changing, or changing, or being rebellious towards a system, right?
Okay.
Or is
Got
it
it. Got it.
far-fetched? Or is it
Got it.
far-fetched?
No, no, no. I definitely see what you're saying. I wouldn't say Charlie Kirk, for example. I say more of like a Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. You could say yeah, I'll say who else?
Yeah, but that's
You know
your
what?
opinion.
Folks,
But hold on. In terms of Charlie Kirk, That's your that's your opinion, right? But he
uh-huh.
was a hero. He was still a hero to somebody else, right? And so that's
Okay.
why I use it. But that's why I
You're
used
right.
it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You're
That's
right.
why I would
You're
use. I mean,
absolutely
I mean, I
correct.
mean, Tupac, when I was growing up, he was a hero to me. He
Facts.
was.
He was a
Yeah,
hero
yeah,
to
yeah,
me too. I ain't
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
lie.
yeah. And
Yeah.
and most people were like, well, he's a rapper. He wasn't just a rapper to me. You know what I mean? He
Mm,
was, you know, he really made me think in ways that I never thought I would think about.
got it.
And it was just the information that he was saying. And even today, I don't listen to him today, because I wouldn't want to be on that rally. You know what I'm saying? Because I think even today he would get me, because a lot of things that he talked about is still associated with nowadays, but it's still, the motivation is there.
Right. Okay, so going back to your question, okay, I'm having some clarity. Going back to your question, you're right. This is not a peaceful world. So yes, it is building a legacy, but at the same time, we have to protect ourselves. So it's not all about like, oh, like I'm being like being on my P. Yeah, sure, piece, but don't be like, how can I say it? Like, you know, don't make that a part of your life. You feel what I'm saying? So I would say more of like learn how to be prepared. So yes, at the end of the day, live your life. But if me want to be someone that wants to, even if I change, five people's mindsets, that's still a blessing at the end of the day. Um, it don't have to be like, the whole world or, you know, 100,000 people. It could just be a small percentage of people. Still a blessing at the end of the day. That's also creating a legacy. It can even be family. You know, that you change their mindset into things. If you get what I'm saying, yeah. So this world was not built on. Hold on, let me take that back. This world now, to be honest with you, I had to watch. I'm watching what I say, because the way how we talk offline is not the way how we talk online. Um, so especially in the United States, it was not built on being peaceful. That's a fact, right?
I mean, so from what I read,
Mm-hmm.
from what I read, it
Mm-hmm.
was, they just had a mission.
Right. They
Yeah.
had a mission,
Yeah. Yep. They
and
they had a mission, and it's going to be casualties in the mission.
absolutely consequences.
Yeah, it's gonna be casualties. So yeah, so they had a mission from what I read when I was economics, poverty, capitalism, and I think some of the systems are the same though. I don't think much has changed. Much has not changed in the system. It's the
Still
same.
the same. Still the
Yeah,
same.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
Right.
still the same. It's when you bring things in and they're meant to when you bring things in, especially like during like the early days of the steel, the cotton and stuff like that, and the foundation of America, right? Where
Mm-hmm.
where a lot of work needed to be done. And when you bring those people in and there's no second plan for what's left after, this is what you have. You know what I'm saying? This is what you have here.
Right.
And when you when you wage war on poverty and 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 you implement all these plans and things are divided, right? It's going to be division. you know
Absolutely. Yes.
it's going to be yeah, it's
Absolutely.
going to be it's going to be
Yes.
division.
Always.
Yeah, yeah,
Always.
yeah. It's
So
going to be
how can the
division.
world be peaceful?
It's not going to ever be. It's not, because instead of dealing with the people that we have here, now we create a new species, right? So we got AI intact now, right? It's not gonna be peaceful. You know what I'm saying? I mean, for real, like you could say something in regards to saying, "Hey, does blacks hate white?" in the AI, and it answers to you. You understand what I'm saying? You have another person who's responding, And then it seems like it's a joke, but at the same time, like people are taking it seriously. People are utilizing these things. If I have a conversation about something and someone doesn't trust me, they go to AI now. It's not like yeah, I know I don't appease to everybody because I don't look like everybody. But when
Mhm.
if I go to someone who's not like me and the information sounds very good, they don't even make it to their uncle. They sit in their car and they're like, yo, Chat GBT, is it sure that the S&P 500 did 27.8% in the last? That's what we dealing with, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of inter. So when you ask me, is there gonna be any peace? No, it's not. Like when we, like I know people who don't know anything about investment, right? And this is my assessment over the last 3 weeks. They ain't know nothing in investment in the last 45 years, but in the last two weeks, they researched the fuck out of that dude, Charlie Kirk. They didn't even know who he was. I asked somebody and they told me this. I was like, yo, you know anything S&P? No. You have any investments? No. Do you know what Google stocks did? No. Did you know what Amazon? No. Did you know what Meta did? No. But then I asked them about Charlie Kirk and they were able to give me all the information. And so that shows me
Facts.
that so that
Facts.
shows me that what they consider important, they spend time on. So this is
Facts.
not, yeah. So this isn't something that I like. I'm gonna tell you, I'm weird. I don't
In a
even.
good way.
No, I'm gonna tell you, I don't care. You can take it they can take it in a bad way.
In a
No, no,
good
no,
way.
no, 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 no. I'm gonna tell you, I don't even understand half the things that be going on online. I don't get it.
Because you're
They
offline.
said
You
they
know,
said
you
no, no,
live
no,
your
no, no,
purpose.
no, 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 no. I'm online. I'm online every day. Like I'm tapped
Okay.
in. Like I
Okay.
watch
Okay. Okay.
videos. I watch the stupid videos and all the crazy stuff. The AI babies making jokes. I do all. That. I'm tapped. I'm tapped. I'm tapped. I'm tapped all the way in. You know what I'm saying? I'm in. Yeah. I'm tapped all the way in. You know what I'm saying? Because I need to see what's going on. But I notice now that it's gotten to a point where two things can't happen at one time no more. Two things can't happen at one time online no more.
Right. Yeah.
It's mind blowing. It's mind
So,
blowing because we went to a place where we wanted to get things faster, and then now it's slower, right? And yes, we do. You know, yes, there is bots. There's bots. When I say bots, I'm talking about there's companies coming in and whatever the subject matter because they want to be relevant towards their money. You know, they still create these hits so they can get impressions. You understand what I'm saying?
exactly.
It's just like Ray J. You know, Ray J went online and said he wanted to take a shower with that dude Kyson, which is one of the biggest dudes ever on streaming, right? Social media.
Okay.
But he was telling Cam Newton this, but he was only doing that for impressions. You know what I'm saying? I
Oh,
mean,
he
that's
was
what.
only
Yeah,
doing that to
yeah,
get
yeah.
the
And
attention.
then yeah, but then he really went in the shower. But then he really went in the stream and he really went in the shower with his song on, with bubbles getting thrown. It was, but at the same time, Days of Our Lives ran for 60 years straight. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, we could continue this, you know. I mean, we could continue. I mean, I know people be I know people be mad at like Ray J, but we can continue this, I mean, check out look at
Yo,
Cardi B. Check out Cardi B. She did the best rollout, the second best rollout ever.
I respect her hustle when
No,
she
no, no,
when she
hold
got
on.
her album.
She did
Uh huh.
she did the second best rollout ever this year. You had Clips do the first one,
Correct.
and then
Yeah. Yeah.
she came off.
Yes.
She was on a train. She was on a train giving out her thing,
Yeah.
showing her bump, but she waited till the album dropped to put it out.
I. That's
Well,
why I respect the grind.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Good marketing.
No, and she got the impressions, yes, because computers are running this. People got to understand, it's not me and you choosing the music, right? The impression doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's negative or positive anymore. People got to feel and realize that. So when
Right.
you laughing at Trump because Trump can't pronounce because he's a billionaire, but he can't pronounce Tylenol, that's irrelevant.
Hmm.
It's irrelevant. He's not supposed to be able to pronounce that. I can't pronounce it, and most of the people laughing at him can't pronounce that word, right? But at
Exactly.
the end of the day, he's getting impressions. So guess what's happening? His name is coming up. He's going to be on top on the Google list. He's going to be on top all on all these charts. He's going to be selling stuff. right? So when you thinking that number one podcast is talking crazy about him, he only
Yeah,
doing that to get impressions.
yeah. Attention.
Because the minute no impressions, a minute
Yeah,
impressions is a little different because the minute see, for humans it's
right. Yeah,
attention,
yeah.
right? For
Yes,
humans it's attention.
but yeah, yeah. No, no,
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah. For humans it's an intention, right? But the only thing that Google is concerned with every day from a money aspect is what is the number one thing that someone's talking about today? What is the trending topics? And so for us, when he's saying, "Hey, they eating the dogs," and then y'all make a million videos thinking you're hurting them, you're not hurting them because we are secondary to AI nowadays. The machine comes before us.
Mm.
Listen, I'm not mad at humans, bro. I walk outside, bro. I walk outside, I see DoorDash food on the floor. I saw my mom's. Rest in peace, Linda Million. I go out in the morning, bro. I work 12 a.m. I walk out, I because I live in a condo. I see food, Uber Eats. This is outside with raindrops on it. I'm not arguing with a nigga who got his food outside on the street in the 12. You understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying? This is the
yo,
people. Yo, listen,
I would
listen.
have
This
did one star if I saw my food on the floor. I'm sorry, bro.
no. People out here, no. You say that. People out here don't want people to give them their food. They want their food. You can hang it on the door, whatever you want, but it is
Talk to
what
me.
it is.
Yes,
No,
yes,
but it
sir.
is what it is. It's outside. These people, I'm not even talking about the food. I don't care
Okay.
if you hang it, if you sit on the chair, the quality of the food is garbage. Okay. The quality of this person's lifestyle to me isn't like he wants to really, he's
Thrive.
gotten to the habit. No, but he's
Yeah,
gotten
get
to
to
the
the next
habit to
level.
be a consumer. He's the consumer. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? Yeah, so that's what I'm
Not the
saying. You need
producer.
to be, yeah, so you need to be particular with people who you're arguing with. Some people you don't need to argue with. Why would you argue with somebody like one time I got written up by my supervisor, right? And my lieutenant, I mean the guy above me, he came, he's like, "Yo, you mad?" I'm like, "Why would I be mad? This dude drinks soda and smoke cigarettes. He's self-destroying himself. Why would I need to worry about it?" You understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like, why would I argue with someone who's drinking alcohol every day? And I'm out here drinking organic green shakes and picking strawberries. You understand what I'm saying? Making sure I sleep and I'm just drinking water and no sodas. And I'm gonna argue with somebody whose kidneys gonna fail in another 10 to 15 years because
Versus
because
versus you
because of
want to
what
live
he's doing.
longer.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
not. Yeah. No disrespect to him or anybody, but they're not irrelevant to what's gonna be actually going on.
Right. So I definitely say yeah. So um
Listen. They're not gonna be relevant. I ain't gonna be arguing with somebody who talking about the Giants win and he just eating wings all day and eating. And mind you, I'm not saying not having a good time once in a while.
right,
That's fine, but like I won't do it. To me, you understand what I'm saying? Yeah.
right.
So
That was real. That was real. What you just, that was real.
yeah,
That was real.
yeah.
Nah, that
I
was
mean,
real.
we in some funny times, but I think I love the times we in because I feel so in control. I feel so much control over the things that I can't control, and I think we in a different space. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I think it's winning time, and like most people who don't understand, I'm like, it's winning time right now. You got everything in your hands.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, you got everything in your hands.
Absolutely. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So
Facts. Facts. Facts.
yeah.
And
When I
I
was,
so
Mhm.
keep going, keep going.
Go ahead, say it. Yeah, what?
Not so going back. All right. So and that was real what you saying, right? Like when you asking the person, do you know about the S&P 500? He says no. You know,
Nah, you
because
don't know
that's
nothing.
what he's into exactly, right?
You don't know
Because
nothing about that,
this is
man.
this is what, you know, propaganda has us, Two,
And then if he does listen to you, don't mean to cut you off. Like I said again, he not gonna even make it to his homie before you hit AI. He gonna hit AI up in the middle of the car before he even roll off.
see, and then and that's and you see when you when you talk to me about the S&P 500, like I said last time we was on the phone, I said let's talk about the big dogs. We didn't talk about no sexy red. We didn't talk about artists. We didn't talk
Nah,
about
no, no,
music.
hell no. We never gonna do that.
You know, you feel what I'm saying? That majority of the population, we talk about things that's irrelevant, right? We was talking about like, all right, so I see that NVIDIA in the next 3 to 5 years, I see that NVIDIA is going to do this in the next 5 years. You know what? All right, let me put bread in NVIDIA to make sure that that way the money can go up. Let me see about the Dow. Matter of fact, what's up with the
So
Dow?
so so so, so, so let me ask you something.
Talk to me.
When you put money into equities, are you
Yes,
looking to leave the money there, or you looking to do so? Like, do you have an agenda when you put it in there? You want to be part of the business, or you looking for monetary value of the money you put in it?
monetary value always, always. It's not just making money. Well, it is. Yeah, it is about making money, but it's all about um the your value, your portfolio, um your assets.
Mhm.
That's what it's all about. That way,
Okay, let me ask you something.
mhm.
If you had a number today on money, what would that number be to get?
If I had money today,
Do you if you had a number on the monetary value that you want to get within the next 5 years, what would that be?
do I
And
have to
how
be
far
realistic?
you hold on. No, hold on. Oh, oh, I like that word.
Do I have to be
Say,
realistic, or,
I
or
like
do
that word.
I
Say that one more time.
do I have to be realistic, or I could just say any number?
Realistic. What's realistic? What does that mean? What does that word realistic mean? No, 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 no. I want to hear this one.
Uh huh.
Before we go, we got to get to this.
Yeah,
This is where the good stuff come out. So
definitely.
you said, do you want to be realistic, or you saying, do you want to have a restriction?
Yeah, or do I have to put like any number in there? If you want, all right. So
So realistic to me is being within your barriers.
absolutely.
Being within your barriers is the only thing realistic.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing. And
Got
so
it.
to me, realistic is not even a fucking thing because I don't want you to be realistic. I want you to be,
Okay.
I want you to use your imagination. I think for us, we have gotten away from that. We have
Mm,
gotten away from using what we had as a child. We're suspense with being within our limits. Like we're locking ourselves into what this is going to be, and we're not. I told somebody what I'm gonna do, and they laughed at me the other day. I told them, listen. Listen. I said they're gonna be looking for me, and they said, "What you mean they're gonna be looking for me?" I'm telling you, dog. What I'm gonna do to them is gonna be crazy. It's my exact words. Look, look. I said when I said, listen. I said what I'm gonna do to them is crazy. He's like, "What you mean? What you gonna do to them?" I said, "Listen, man. My beef ain't never with humans. Is with an institution, right?" And I feel like the philanthropists, they're kind of intelligent about it. They're very smart. That's why you always see them giving away money to poverty and people who have lesser, right? Because they understand that some things are unfair.
mm-hmm.
And so when you look at ones who rich, like, oh my God, look at the Bill Gates' wife, look at Melinda, look at Bill Gates, look at what Warren Buffett's going to do with his money, right? Because regardless of the fact, anyone who's no longer driven by money understand what's really going on.
Right.
It's a great division. It's been going on for a long period of time, right? Um, you can't expect people in certain environments to survive because the environments. So yeah, you could say, oh yeah, stop killing and stop doing that, but that's what that environment entitles them to do, right? Because if they were out of that environment, they'll probably end up like a guy like me who will kind of make sense of some of the things that's going on. But when you're in there, it's not, right?
Right.
And so going back to what I was saying when I did tell them what I was thinking, I was like, listen, they going, I feel my personal beliefs is for me, I gotta secure my family first, right?
Absolutely.
And my ultimate mission, and it's not gonna only involve me. And it's not gonna it's gonna involve other people, right? And people that want the money, fine. I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if that's what you in it for, but you're not gonna understand that you're gonna be doing a bigger mission anyway. You know what I'm saying? But the people who's like, yo, this is what I want to do. I'm gonna formulate a plan, unless unless something bigger comes and stops me.
Let's go.
I'm gonna formulate the plan and I'm gonna put it in. But I say this to say this. The guy I told, he started laughing because and you know what? I don't take it personal. You understand what I'm saying? Because the shit that I'm doing is unrealistic. It's not meant to be real. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It won't be different if it was real. It's not what you ever seen before, right?
Hmm.
And so even if they see people, even if they see like Kobe, right? You when you seen what he did, at some point you like, who breaks your Achilles and come back and do what you do? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If somebody to give you the story, you gonna laugh. Look, but now you know
Right.
Kobe is real, right? And so it's and so and and I'll be honest, nothing I care like. There's not a number you can give me right now that I care about money wise. I don't really care about money no more. I did at one point. I did. I did. I would do this in terms of saying I'm gonna get this money and I'm gonna make this and I'm gonna buy this and flip this. But now it's not that no more. Yeah, I want to make sure my family's good, my internal family that's next to me, and the people that I care about. But I think when you're in a survival mode, like I would like imagine growing up and every day you wake up, it's just about money. From 5 years old, bro, like I'm up. It's money. I'm going to the store. It's money. You understand what I'm saying? I'm in the hood. I'm playing lotto tickets, scratch off. It's money. Yo, if I could get this money, my mom's could be better. If I could get this money, I could do this. If I could get this money, I could buy this car. If I could
Hmm.
get this money, this chick could talk to me more. You
Hmm.
understand what I'm saying? So your whole life revolves around money. So now at 46, there is no number. I don't want money. I don't want money. And so when I wake up, my passion isn't a number no more. I don't have a number. I have the way that I see things should be for me and my family, but the way things should be, period. You know what I mean? And so now I'm like, okay, I'm creative and I use my imagination to say, okay, how can I continue to be pushing this forward and make these great things happen? And I'm be honest, a lot of shit not gonna really make sense to you right now, but it will in time. You know what I'm saying? It will
Hmm.
in time. It will make sense. Like you're gonna put it together. You're gonna be like, this is what this dude was talking about. But that's just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? 5 years ago, 10 years ago, it was 5 years ago was like, yo, I was out here, giving people this information. I show people what I do every day. It's real. Like I show people what I do. It's small, but it seems meaningless. But over time, by the time some people realize, it's like, oh damn, I could have just been doing this small little action and really create this money with this, saving and investing or whatever the case is. But yeah, man, it's like what I see, and I always ask people. I see everybody as adults, you just get too serious. And I think there are things that you need to be serious about, like bills and about being professional and maintaining being respectful. Those, those are the things to be serious about. But it's like when it comes to your dreams, you need to just be like, you need to be creating some wild shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you need to be sitting there wild. You know what I'm saying? You need to be far off the edge with it, saying, hey, yeah, 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 this is what we need to do. And this is why we need to change it, you know? Like people even see like Kanye, and this is just my assessment of him in the small, not dealing with his personal issues, but a big scope of things. I mean, he could have just sat and got the money, right? I mean, think about it. Biggest star ever, right? He could have just sat and got the money, right? But there was some things that he wasn't cool about seeing. And most of the things that he did wasn't cool about seeing, people won't understand it. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, like the inequalities, like what's okay for him is not okay for them. You understand what I'm saying? But I
Mhm.
think at some point, even like you see Jay-Z, that's why people don't see Jay. I think at some point when you reach, and this is when I say that this is why I say if you look into every philanthropist,
Right.
everyone, from even a small one who worked a 9 to 5 and got 2 million and donated it to the library. You know what I'm saying? And then even donate it to kids, what they start to see, and they start to see the inequalities because money's not a thing for no more. They could live comfortable, they could do things they want to do, right? So when you move past your comfortability, right, and you feel that you can do things with what you learn and what you know, then you no longer care about money, and then you say, okay, this is not right, this isn't fair.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? This is not something you do. Like me, like people ask me, I mean, like I was telling the guy the other day, I said, if I go to New York and I get off the plane and I go to, if I go to certain areas, yeah, I'll keep a few hundreds in my pocket and slide them off to a little kid here, there. You know what I'm saying? Like small little things, right? Or if I'm out there doing community work or homeless people, I go out there, sodas, waters all the time, pizzas, you know, I'm out there.
Right. I mean, you could put a hundred. You can give a kid $100, but the question is, what can the kid is going to do with that $100?
Oh man, it don't matter.
He
It
could
don't
start.
matter. He gonna get he go. Listen, everything is a listen. No matter what you did that you like,
Hmm.
is attracted to what your feelings. It was
Right.
like if you think about right now, if you think about it's your last day, right, and I'm gonna walk you through because you've been here. It's your last day at work. Your money's straight. You save for 6 months. You're about to go take this trip you was getting, right? It's a feeling that's inside of you. Yeah,
Mm.
you think it's a material, but it's really how you feel. So within in that minute that kid got that 100, or that kid, whatever he got going on, we can't say we know what he gonna do with that. He could have woke up with no food in the fridge.
Right. Absolutely.
I watch my daughter right now. My daughter work, and you know what she do with her money? 9 or 10, she buying food. Things she wanted to always buy when she was younger. Things that she feel like she didn't have. You understand what I'm saying? And so, regardless of what they're doing with it, right? Yes, the long term is to be there to give information, right, and to help people. But if you go give the homeless, they don't just want waters, man. Give them some candy, man. They out there. Give them some soda. Same shit you sitting down drinking. Like I had somebody argue with me. I was like, it's not an argument, dog. I'm gonna tell you right now. If we take a survey and you pull up there with water because it's hot, yeah, they gonna want water, but they gonna want pizza. They gonna want candy bars, whatever else. You know what I'm saying? We still have our type of enjoyment, regardless of the fact. That's why people who go on death row get a last meal, right? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Some people get a last meal, right? What you think they looking for in that last meal? So it's cool to want to do more, and I think that should always be the mission. But at the same time, giving out to what we know, like we know what, like see the thing you gotta understand is a lot of these people who feel bad, because I like to say feel bad and know the mission. Philanthropists who give to the colleges and give to the libraries and give to the poor people and stuff like that. They think that's what they want, but you in it, right? So you know. You know what they want. And think about it. How much of that money eventually makes it there anyway? You understand what I'm saying? So
Right.
let's think about it. Depending on who is it, or is it just, or how is it shifted? We don't know. We just hear that Jeff Bezos made this big donation, but we don't know exactly how that donation is shifted and how it's moved over time and what it goes towards. We just see that he donated to the African American community or whatever, right? But we don't see
Right.
exactly how it's being spent. You know what I'm saying? Just like a lot of money was donated to the Black Lives Matter at one particular point. And we've seen on record how some of that was spent, and it wasn't spent the way we thought it was. Right. And so
Right.
when somebody needs certain at a certain time, yeah, you could talk all that good stuff, right? But if you got bills to pay and somebody's cash apps you 800, I mean, that's a forward, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's a forward right there. I mean, that's taking you to the next level. So I mean,
Absolutely. Let's go. Let's go, Clyde
yeah,
Slade.
man.
All right.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you
We are hour and 15, so I know you pressed on time and everything. So, thank you.
man, listen, we need
Again.
to we need to always chop it up. You know what I'm saying? But I need to I want to hear some more intricate plans on what exactly you doing.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah. I like the questions. Definitely, I like
you
the
know,
question. It was very intrigued, and there was two things that got me intrigued of what you said. Definitely, because you see me, I'm on Facebook sometimes. My personal face. You have my personal Facebook. There's two things that made me be like, okay, I see what he's saying about that. Whatever. Like years ago, like super years ago, when I was in my 20s, like I still am a debater, but I love the debate. That's just me. I love
you
to
like to
do it.
debate?
I love it. I love it. I love it. But I don't like arguing. There's a difference. I love the debate.
So who do you like to? Yeah, but what's the class of? What's the? So this is the scary part.
Hmm. Yeah.
I
So that's one
so
thing,
so
right?
hold on. So yeah, go ahead.
So that's one thing of what. But the thing is that in my time, I would used to debate with everybody, but now I just don't debate with everybody, like anybody. I debate with people that we respect each other, so we can have a clear understanding of our point of view. That's the point of a debate, right? And then another thing you said was it's not only just candy, right? It's you said about like water and so, and that's just telling me like, okay, I see what he's saying. So let's say if I have a candy or whatever, I'm not, instead of me just putting it to waste, I'm be like, yo, here you go. I see a person that need this, so you know, have it. Stuff like that.
I mean, somebody on the street, you don't know the situation. I mean, this person could
Right,
be terminal, right? And you
right,
sitting here trying to tell him what you need for him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if he out there, he out there for a reason, right?
right. So
I
that's what I'm saying.
mean,
If I have
yeah,
it
yeah,
like M&M's candy, I'm
yeah,
saying
man. Yeah,
that
yeah,
I'm being
Eminem's.
like, yo, I don't eat this. Someone gave it to me or
Yeah,
whatever. Let's say if someone
pass
gave
it
it to
off
me
with a
and I
water.
don't eat it, I'm gonna pass it on to him. If he
Pass
if
it
if
off
he
with a water.
that's what I'm
Pass it off
saying.
with a water. That's it. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? Have a
sir.
nice day. It's all love because you got the end of the day. End of the day is bigger than humans. These are just humans. Me and you are just humans. You got a universe that's operating. You know what I'm saying? There's no things are not coincidental, accidental out here. We dealing with just more than just humans. We got the universe,
Right,
and so be more friendly, be more kind. Continue to give love. Like me, I don't debate with people. I just, to a certain extent, I gotta pick my conversation with whoever.
right,
Um, because I respect views and I think views are really they inbred it.
right.
And so if there's a misunderstanding and I think I may understand a little bit more, I'll ask you, do you want to understand?
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
and that's how if you don't, because some people want to argue, like, and then I get it. I get it, because that's what they do. Like I had a dude, he telling me, this lady was getting stabbed by a black guy, and I I could not tell him fast enough that that individual didn't represent a person like me or people that I know. You know,
Mm.
I think humans, I can agree that it's bad on all angles. And it becomes bad when people have views and people don't want to be open minded to stuff. Um,
Right.
I always remind people that yes, slavery is very real. It was very real. But it also was a time before that. And I don't like to just be associated with those hard times that my ancestors dealt with because I don't know them fully, right? But I also know that they had a history before then,
Absolutely.
and my ancestors had, and so it's unfortunate. One thing I can always, which is never argument, is I got to learn America as America is today. In school, a lot of black novelties, non-fictions or fictions, and none of. I had to learn that all outside of school. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? And so I can speak to say, hey, do you know about this story, or because none of it's in their teachings. So I get why some people are strong in their views, and I don't really try to disrupt that. But if you want to come around to love, I'm always here. You know what I mean? The stuff that I don't understand, I ask people. Like today, I went to work. Listen, man, the one thing I learned nowadays, man, and this, not to be too long, the one thing that I learned being 46 is you can ask people things and they'll be open to discuss them more easier than they ever been. And a lot of people, they just assume and they come and they say things hateful. Like there was a post that was going around and it was related to the Charlie Kirk, and it was the George Floyd. And one of the things that they wrote on this thing that was going around, and it was going around everywhere, which I think it was AI promoted, but it said Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Um, there was no riots, no this, no that, no that.
Hmm.
And then they said George Floyd was killed, and it was riots and burning and protesting and all of this stuff. But I asked somebody who I seen had it, because if I don't have somebody with another view, I'm not gonna understand life. You understand what I'm saying? Like if I have everybody who's like, I'm not saying you, just that if I have everybody who's like DC, who's like no Malcolm X and all of this, I'm not gonna get the other picture.
Mm.
I just can't have people just with my like type view. So I asked him, I said, what is the association with that? Because that makes no sense to me. And he went to explaining it, and he realized why he was explaining it. There's no correlation because because uh because
This is
because
good.
because yeah
It's good. It's like a therapy session.
because Charlie because there was no reason to have a riot. There was no reason for a riot in there. That stuff I had to tell him because I knew I asked him, I said, do you know who Tupac Shakur is? Do you know who Nipsey Hussle is? He said, yeah. I said, that's what that looked like to us, right? He felt like at the time where I come from, he felt like at the time he was doing something that was right. He did not feel like he wasn't scared. He said when the guy went over to him and the guy came to him to lean and give him a pound, he said, listen, there's some things that people are saying that's not nice. And you may want to look into that. And dude took it offensive and he killed them. But there was no need at that point to do a riot because there was nobody who felt like there was injustice. It was justified from where we come from and how we see things. It was justified why that guy did what he did. In a court of law, it isn't justified. But where we come from the streets, He said something that you're not supposed to say to somebody if you're not prepared to defend yourself. And so with the George Floyd, I couldn't understand it, and he tapped it out in the end because he was like, yeah, that doesn't sound like. So people were saying it just to say it. They was trying to they was sort of like race baiting. You understand what I'm saying? It was like it was
Of
yeah,
course.
it was because there was no association, that there was no reason for that to implement a riot in that situation because they was aware of the person who did those bad things. You understand what I'm saying? Like there's a reason John Lennon died. There's a reason you don't see Jay-Z out here, right? People who are your fans, they love you in ways that are sometimes weird. You understand what I'm saying? And this is the reason that when I seen Floyd last night at the game, at the Mercury game, he had three bodyguards. You can't get to him.
Right.
Because you know what, believe it or not, this was always, even Jim Jones said it, and that's the one smart thing that he said is that rappers have the most dangerous jobs, right? And so in that sense, he was saying, in a sense, like you have these fans who like you, but may still harm you, and we've seen it over time. So it's like I try to understand. I try to keep people where we could talk and go back and forth and understand. I don't want the room to be my room. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think that I think that there has to be some discontentment in my life. I can't just make everything as comfortable as I want to because that's just not the reality and the things that's going on out there. I can't do no help to it if I pretend and move in that way. But I also look at it and I see a bigger picture and I'm like, okay, now when I get to know this subject and I realize this guy's not taking care of his family, this guy's not investing, this guy has no money, right? He's, right, to do these different things that he needs to do to make sure that this guy is actually complaining about getting gas and overdrafting, right? And he has these views. And then now I'm looking at it like, well, maybe you should care more about the things that you got going on right here and don't worry about the social events that are happening because you got bigger problems going on right now.
For for
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
for
yeah,
himself. That was
yeah. For
real what
himself,
you
yeah, yeah,
said,
yeah,
man.
yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, for himself. But I don't like the room comfortable because then I won't be hungry no more.
Mm.
If I don't got like I went to the bank the other day and I went to the teller and was like, yo, I had some money in there. And I was like, hey, let me get 4 grand. The teller looked, he grabbed my ID. He looked at me, he started punching in my ID. And he's like, yeah, we can't give you this money today. And I was like, why? Like, why you can't give me this money? He goes, yeah, it's not clear yet. I'm like, what do you mean it's not clear? It says what on there? Well, what does it say? Because it came from Vanguard. It was a Vanguard transfer. You know what I mean? And these dudes like Vanguard, this is not the money. And so he goes, oh, Vanguard Group. And then he goes, yeah, but you could go to the ATM and you could pull the money out. And I was like, he said, yeah, but you can pull up to 2,000. So I was like, I don't want to go to ATM. Could I get it from you? He's like, no, I can't give you 2,000. I only can give you 400. You understand what I'm saying? And then I could see what it was. So I walked over to ATM. I grabbed the money. I punched it out. I went in there. I sent the other money to the person who needed the money. But in all, I could have been all upset. But I think I need that sometimes. I mean, me personally, I need that. You know what I mean? Because that human is not gonna stop me from doing what I gotta do. He's just a human being. You understand what I'm saying? I got an institution, and let's go back to the First Amendment, all of that, right? That's the law, right? So where I come from, you come outside your household, you say something disrespectful, they pop your head off, right? But if
Yeah.
I make okay, but if I come out the house and I run, I get to the cops and I go to law, if something's going on, I'm trying to do a business deal, and the dude says, no, I'm not selling it to you because you're black, right? Or whatever the case is, right? I go to court. I'm in the court of law. We got rights, right? We got civil rights. We got things, ways that we supposed to be treated. this protective class that's supposed to be treated accordingly a certain way, right? And so I understand that the most of the laws that was put in place is for me to do things that I need to do, like buy a home. I mean, those were hard things. Let's not forget about those things. Like
Hmm.
people could not buy homes like that. You know what I'm saying? Like we're talking about people cannot buy homes in less than if you was black less than 100 years ago. And so let's just talk about the fact that you could not, some people could not buy homes in certain areas, anything. And then there was dispute of laws that were put out around the same time that allow you to do this. You know what I'm saying? And now you can see that all of this stuff happens in a now that you older and you look at politics, you like, oh shit, I'm glad that law went through at the same time this law went through.
Right.
Because because now you can see that it was a certain period that the shit was allowed because they like, you know how they got rid of DEI, right? Like right now, right? Like they like,
Yeah.
nah, this is non-existent, right? So these type of rules happen and they happen during a period of time, but after that period is done, they move on to another agenda politically. That's just how it goes. It goes from one agenda to another agenda, per election in different times. So it's just like, but I enjoy everything, man. I'm having a good time out here, man.
Let's go.
I'm having a good
Life,
time.
life is beautiful, man.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
But
you said something that really hit me, man. You said, "All right." So instead of just when you said about Charlie Kirk, George Floyd, and then
yeah,
you said you asked him something that made
yeah.
him that made him. So you asked him something. You asked him a question. And when you asked him the question and when he explained it, he was just like, okay, hold on, this has no correlation.
No, it's no correlation. But I think in truth, because when you're mad, right? In truth, when you see something going on and you don't understand it, because you have to clearly, let's be honest. Let's just say your innocent cousin sent that to you.
Uh
You
huh.
wouldn't be mad at him. You would just be like, yo, you don't understand. Like that triggered, like three people got deleted behind it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm
Hmm.
be 100% with you. I seen it. Three people that I didn't think that would say that because I don't think I needed to tell them that. I did, I deleted them. All right. So there was casualties of war in there, right? There, just but the one person who I felt I can ask, I asked them because this was going around. I seen it going around. I think you've seen it too. And so when I asked him about it, I think probably in his frustration and in his frustration that they weren't even looking at it like that. They were just looking at it like, you know, but
Okay.
if it makes sense to you, you know what I'm saying? So like in his
Right.
frustration, yeah. So and
Right.
yeah. So,
Let's
moving
go.
forward, yeah, yeah. So moving forward, how's how's liquid going for you, man? How's liquid to me is cash. How's liquid going for you?
How's
How's
cash
it
going?
going? Yeah, yeah, yeah. How's it going? I mean, do you have copious amounts of it? What is there a limit on it? Like, what's going on? Is any execution? What's going on? That gonna be
Yeah.
my last question right there.
So am I liquid? Is there any cash right now, like liquid?
Liquid, can we fill up a box if what I mean? Can we get together and collide and plot out strategies and I mean, how you feeling? Like, what's going on? We talked about some powerful things in the short period over the years.
Yes.
I wish I had some of your confidants right now, so I could speak because there's been
Merch.
years we spoke to them like what's good, like how things are, like are we having a good time? Is the season just
Yeah.
crazy for you? It's been fireworks since the first time we talked. It's
Facts.
been fireworks.
Facts.
No, 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 no. DC has been fireworks. Did you slow down? I mean, I know life creates some responsibility because
Yeah.
I know personally some of the things I do know is that you've been centered in on what you got going on with your family. And I commend you, and you know what I mean. But is fireworks still going on out there, or like, I mean, even off camera, we could talk. I mean, what I mean, anything possible. Like you know, to me, it's limitless. The only thing I could tell you is to see what's going on. You can fly out. You know, me fly
I'm
out there.
no, no, I'm coming over there definitely.
Nah, but we've been
I ain't
saying
forget.
this. Yeah,
Nah,
yeah, but
nah.
no, 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 because you just got to tell me when your job is to facilitate your significant other. You know what I'm saying? Get her coming because you know I know she gonna want to come and let me know, man. I
Copy.
mean, it's gonna be a movie. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot to talk about that can't be.
Let's go.
There's a lot to talk about that can't be. And like I said over here, because I remember last time you want to come down here and I stopped you because it was during the summer. This
Okay.
isn't a place. This isn't a place to come during the summer.
It's like
Yeah.
110 over there. I heard, right?
No, 110 is a good day for us. Yeah. During the summer it's like 120.
Woof. That's tank top and basketball shorts right
Yo,
there.
you gotta stay with a plan. Yo, listen, you gotta be with a plan at all times out here because it's all the weather, and then but then you get these beautiful months like now from like October all the way through. I throw y'all up in a spa, y'all get your nails. It will be a ball. You know what I'm saying? You just tell me I'm near the airport. I mean, we could go galactic because yeah, I do think galactic when I like I do
Right.
I am galactic. I do got some galactic things going on in my head. You know, I still try to keep that childhood. You know, when my mom's died, that was one of the things that I realized that I don't think I would have got if she was still alive. Is that you gotta because a lot of my lessons that I had, my mom's was single moms. So she was working. You know what I'm saying? So she didn't make PTA meetings. We ain't go to school, right? And so our time together was very minimal. You know, we didn't have that long together. I got older, I wanted to grow up fast, you know what I mean? And I started putting myself in positions that took some of her teachings and being responsible. I didn't know at the time that I was taking away my time away from my mom. And so when my mother passed, because it happened very, very fast to me. Um, so when my mother passed, because I grew up about 26, I left New York. So I willingly left my mom. You know what I'm saying? So I never got that adulthood with my mom. So I'm saying this to say there was not too many adult memories. We had adult conversations, but not too many adult memories where we were together a lot. And so because I was actively running the streets when I was young. I was in the streets. Once I hit 21, I knew everything. Nobody could tell me nothing. And so between her working, me thinking I was a man creating kids and creating responsibilities, that it was very short lived. So a lot of the things that I had to gravitate towards was as a child. So I had to really tap into my childlike mind because that's where my memory and my mom's those were all the times that were good for me. It didn't matter the area. It didn't matter that there were drug valves. It didn't matter that there was missing kids on milk cartons. It didn't
Mm,
matter that I was in a rough school,
right.
right? But what did matter was, the childhood times when, I was holding her hand and doing the small things. And what that did to me is because I started to spend a lot of time in that. I started to think unrealistic and I started to start using my imagination more because I gave up with it. I had to throw that away. I thought it had to go away. I had real bills. But
Mm,
now I'm still imagining. Now I'm like, yo, get this person on the phone. I'm telling people, bro, I'm calling people that I work with, yo, call a dude at the top. I want to sit down with him. This is what I'm thinking.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And it could be off the edge and I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't wanna I think that's the worst thing that I see a lot of people give away and I see a lot of people give up. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, nah, I still want to be a Decepticon. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like I still want to be, I still want to be Thundercat type thing, and it's like tapping into that childlike mind and still going out there and doing it, waking up in the morning, going to hit the bars, doing the things health wise, mentally, and taking them journeys and enjoying ourselves. Cause you know what? We count forward and now we count backwards. You know what I'm saying? We know once you reach a certain age, you got less of. Statistically, you have less of. Once you hit 40 is if you count 40 from now, it's gonna be 88. It's gonna be, I mean, 40 years from now put me at 86. The
Mm,
reality of hitting that is not real. And so you gotta make every day the life you want to live and how you want to enjoy. And even if you have to imagine a lot of things, I mean, we always kept that with us. You know what I'm saying? So that's just where I'm at. I'm enjoying and I'm drawing the life that I want out there. You know what I'm saying?
let's go. Yes, sir. Clyde
Yeah, man.
Slade.
Yeah. So we
Appreciate you,
need
man.
to, yeah,
It's everything.
man. Yeah, man. We need to not wait till this long. There was a lot of things that happened on your end and my end. Which we need to speak on in the later. I just think we got a lot to speak on, but I
Okay.
think we do need to speak on that in later. You know what I'm saying? Some
Yeah, let's
trials
I
and
mean
tribulations,
yeah, we could
trials and
uh
tribulations in the future. We can get
definitely
to it.
well we could talk next week. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, we could talk next week.
Yeah, yeah. So how
Definitely.
you been doing on the fitness thing? A little
Oh,
five
yeah.
minute, a little three
All right,
minutes, real quick. Ask you how you been doing.
so one thing about fitness though is that like I love calisthenics, man. Like calisthenics, I love it, right? So and I'm gonna be realistic with you, right? I'm gonna keep it all the way a buck with you. So I know about my health. I know about in the fitness level, everything. I know about all of that, right? Now the only thing is that sometimes you got to create your program, right? I create my program to make sure I keep it in my diet, right? But then I still eat, you know, chicken like Caribbean food, and I still eat the soul food and all that stuff, right? I still eat it. I do, but then now it comes to a point. I'm not saying I'm a innovator or whatever, but I'm saying now I'm at a point where it's time for me to lose. Uh, I gotta when every time I say like, well, I gotta lose my stomach. I'm satisfied with everything. I just gotta lose my stomach. And when I was talking to, someone that was a trainer, he said, well, pretty much what you're saying is you wanna lose fat. I was like, oh, okay, all right. He said it's not just the stomach. You gotta lose. You gotta lose fat, not just the stomach. And he said that's majority of people say to me is that they want to lose their stomach. Everything else they satisfied with. So for me, it's more like when you create your program, that's your program is you, right? So it's like, let's say on weekdays, let's say I have to go to work because I work 12 hours a day, right? And sometimes when you're on set, it is, I have a choice, but it is hard because, you working. And after that, they feed you, and everything else. Like they feed you good, right? So it's like, um, on a good day, really, like on a day, like I'm not eating until like 12 noon, or something. I'll probably get, something like maybe chicken and, put that with a salad for lunch. Then sometimes, honestly, sometimes I stop eating 7 o'clock, 7, 8 o'clock. And then if I still get hungry, it's either water or fruits and vegetables. That's my program.
Is
But
it
I'm not
working?
saying,
Is
huh?
it working? Is it working?
Yeah, yeah, it's working. It is.
Are you
And
losing
sometimes
weight?
every month, huh?
Have you lost weight?
I see the progress. I see this. I see the progress. Yeah,
So you're a W-2,
yeah.
right?
Yes, I am.
So you're not a 1099, you're a W-2.
Now I'm a W-2. Yep.
So did your job offer you benefits?
Yes.
So your job offers you medical.
Yes.
So in your medical, you have FSA or HSA, correct? Or you don't know what that is?
I know what that. I know you're talking about. It's, yeah, I know what that is. Yeah.
Does your medical offer you HSA, FSA? Do you
Yes.
know what that is? That's going to either be the flexible, what we're talking about, flexible spending account or the health
Yep.
spending account, right?
Okay.
Have you ever opted to use the FSA?
Nah.
Why haven't you opted? You don't know the reason to opt, correct?
I gotta
Let's
put
be
more.
honest.
Yeah, I gotta put more
Okay.
research
Yeah,
into it
yeah, okay.
before I put
Put
into it.
put put
Yeah.
put my money, you
My
was gonna
money.
say?
Yeah. Yeah. Put my money into it. Yeah.
My money into it, you said. Or
Yes.
the money. The money or my money. Because you know you work for you and you work for the IRS. You don't work for one person.
Right.
Like in Africa, they got rebels that knock on the door and say, "Hey, yo, you got to give us this, or we take your mother and we hold her until you pay us."
That's
In the U.S.,
crazy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. In the
Yo,
U.S.,
that's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
What?
in the U.S., no, 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 no. In Africa, they got rebels. That's what they call them, rebels. They knock on the door and say, "Hey, hey, hey, you just send this money." I just spoke to a guy who just sent money a while ago. The rebels was like, "Hey, you got to send this money." African guy. You gotta send us money. We're gonna take care of your mother. Oh, dude, it's all online. Some of the craziest rebels out there. They're crazy rich. Have you know Africans? Do you personally know Africans?
No, I do not. No,
Yeah. So when you talk
Like
to the,
after Africa.
yeah, 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 Africa, man.
Uh huh.
Yeah. So so you got the IRS. So you work for the IRS. Are you aware of that or no?
Yeah, they
Or you
take
think you
money.
work
They
for your?
take
No,
money.
no, no, no,
Yeah,
no, 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 no. No,
they
I don't
take
care about
money
them taking.
out of my earned income. Yeah, I know that already.
So you work
Yes,
for them.
that's why I have my LLC already.
Yeah, but you work for them too. Like you just don't work for. I work for the IRS. I
Yeah,
participate in
I
the
know.
program.
Yeah, we
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the ones that
No,
have a
no,
W two. They yes, we
no,
know
no.
this
Hold on,
already.
no, 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 no. It's yeah, yeah, yeah. But a lot of people don't know it because their actions don't show that. Their actions think they keep saying my money, right? So briefly, you got FSA, right?
Okay.
All right. You got what they call the flexible spending account. Okay. So what happens is you
Okay.
can put up to 3,300 a year. So when open enrollment comes in, you can put 3,300 a year. It's forwarded. You got to use it from January 1st to December 31st. You got me? 3,300. Now what happens is the day one, on day one, they send you the card. It's like a debit card. 3,300 goes into it. It's called front loaded. You know what front loaded mean? Front
No.
loaded means that front loaded means that what they're gonna do is put all the money in there, the 33, and then what they're gonna do is they're going to divide it over 26 checks. Okay, so hold on, I got my calculator. I always keep a calculator on. I'm old school, right? So you got 33. So you got 3,300, right? Divided by 26. So let's say everybody gets paid every 2 weeks, right? The common person. So that's gonna run you 127 dollars a pay period. But guess where the most of that money's coming out of? The most of the money's coming out of the portion that you're gonna have to give the feds. So it's gonna
Yes.
be a portion that's gonna come out of you and that. And so what you can do with that money instead of you doing, you can employ that money to be preemptive, right? You
Say that
so
again.
you
You
can
can.
employ that money to be preemptive with health, right?
Got it.
So instead of waiting till you get sick, like my doctor said, hey, it's diapers to diapers. Whether people agree with it or not, that's how it's gonna end. That's the best ending for you. You come in the world with diapers, you go out with diapers. That's just how it's gonna end for everybody. If people think it's gonna end different, then they need to really tap in a little bit more. So preemptive, which means that now, which FSA, what they try to dispute now is because your weight, like me, I'm still considered overweight, even though I forgot where I'm at, but I'm still considered overweight.
I think it's 250. So I'm considered overweight. I don't. I don't. I think
No, you would be considered what they say obese. How much do you weigh per
so.
per
All right.
BMI? How
Last
much
time I
do you
weighed
weigh?
my like
Hold on.
207, 207, I
And how
believe.
tall are you? How tall are you?
5'9" and a half.
Okay, watch this.
Last
So
time I
two.
was last year I
Hold
was
on.
250. I was 250 last year.
And your body mass is what? So you're because you want to lose fat. So if you want to lose fat, you can visually see that you're fat, right?
Of
That you have
course.
fat.
Yeah.
I call it excess energy because I look at it different. I don't see fat as being fat. I see excess energy. So you fit the criteria where you're almost 30%, 30% body fat.
Probably more than that.
Okay. So that classifies you as obese.
Wow.
Now, yeah,
Got it.
and so now, yeah, but check this out. By you being classified with that, you have a medical condition, right? And
Right.
from that medical condition, you can go to your doctor. You get a physician assistant, or you get a doctor, and you could get a LMN. It's called a letter of medical necessity, right? And this form that you get, right, from a medical necessity, it will allow you to get you everything you need to switch obesity to where you want to be. So you could get you a nutritionist, you can get you a treadmill if you need, you can get you a weight scale, you can get you a Garmin watch, you can get you a personal trainer, you can get you a gym membership with the money that's front loaded on your car. And so the dope part about that is January 1st, let's say somebody broke. So January 1st, they broke, right? They done spent money on rent. They got $400 left. But January 1st, their FSA has 3,300. So everything that they need to do to present themselves to the new year to get that new body that they want, they could go ahead and push forward and do that with medical coverage. Go to your chiropractor, go get what they call that again when they stick the needles, acupunctures, all of that, cryotherapy. That's a strategy, man. I mean, you don't got to do it by yourself. I mean, some of these people, they went to school all day, every day, so they could be paying attention to your macros, how your
Yeah.
body responds, how your body, because not every diet's going to be great for you. That'd be good for me. You understand what I'm saying? Because your body's going to respond differently. You
Absolutely.
understand? Yeah, yeah. So it's, I mean, that's something you should look into.
No, I'm definitely looking into that. Yeah, what you just said was a gem. So I didn't know that. So definitely,
All
I'm
right.
gonna tap into that.
All
Yeah.
right, so I should hear from you open enrollment, shooting me some, be like, hey, look at this, man. Is this what you took? Because I did
Oh,
it.
yeah.
You know
I
what I'm
bet.
saying? Like, yeah, 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 I did it. You know what I mean? I'll show you a picture later. I have an order track I run on here and there.
Okay.
So yeah, man. Yeah, but let's lock in. Yeah, so next week or something like that.
Let's
Let's,
tap in, man. Let's tap in. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
man. Love always, man.
I appreciate you, Clyde Slade. Let's go. Yeah, I ain't forget. I ain't forget.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm but yo, hey, what's up with this day, this month? All right.
I'm ready, man. When you ready to, if when you ready to get money and you You want to get it like Rich and Poe, and then you let's just come out here. Yeah, hey, let's come out. Let's come out here, man. Listen, man. Listen. I just need teammates, man.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying. I just need teammates, man. I'm all for it, man. When you ready, bro. Just just
Let's
just
go.
cue me in, man. Cue me in, man. Let me spend a minute. How's everybody doing? The family doing
Everybody
before
good.
I leave?
Yeah,
How's
everybody good. Team is
how's
good.
how's
Yeah,
TC?
TC is good. He
Oh,
I want to put his personal
I
business
know, I
out.
know, I know, but he pushing through.
He's definitely
He
pushing
pushing
through.
through. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, yeah. How's old boy doing?
Mr.
I gotta
Nyron.
talk.
Mr.
No,
Nyron. I just talked to him
no,
2 days ago.
Nyron. That's him.
Yeah, one with the glasses. I just talked to him 2 days ago. He good.
That's the one with the glasses. Cause you
Nyron.
had like three. Cause you had like two. You had TC, Nyron, and somebody else, right?
Then her name is Xavier.
No, it
Yeah.
wasn't a female. It wasn't a female. I think you had about three different people.
Oh, you talking
Mm.
about you talk? Oh yeah, you talking about Gerald Roberts, right? The first time you was on the podcast,
Jero, how's Jero?
he just comment on the Instagram live and said was good to you while you
Okay,
was
yeah,
talking.
oh
Yeah,
yeah, oh
he's
yes, my
tapped
guy.
in. He's tapped in on the
That's
Instagram
my
live
guy.
right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Gerald. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Gerald, bro. We need people around like him, man. We need people around like Gerald, man. You gotta, bro. Listen, we need people.
What's
I
good,
love
Gerald?
who.
Hit my line.
Yeah. So, and the last time you spoke to him, I know he went. I know he went like Facebook
Sunday.
different for a while, huh?
Sunday. I talked to him. Was it
Okay,
Sunday? It's Sunday, yeah. Last
okay,
Sunday I talked to him. Yeah.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
But he good.
He's good. Yeah.
TC good. He live out there, TC?
Who TC?
Yeah, he live out there.
No, he live in New York. Everybody that you mentioned live in New York.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
How did you feel about the Knicks thing? I mean, we got so much, man. We got to talk,
Yo,
man. We got to
and you know
talk.
the thing is,
We got to talk.
bro, and you know the thing is, bro, like I don't watch basketball like that, but
It don't matter. I
because
asked you how the Knicks, man. Yeah.
and nah, I'm gonna keep it all the way a buck with you. This year, I was really tapped in basketball. I was really tapped in. When I saw the Knicks go, I was like, oh yeah, I'm tapped in. Let's go. Let's go.
That's the second year they did it like that. That's the second year they
Yeah.
did it
And
like that.
then
But thing about
it,
basketball, I mean, thing about basketball,
mhm,
it's too much money involved, man.
of
It's too
course.
much money. It's too much money involved. Yo, it's too much money involved, man. It's too much money involved. Yeah.
In
Yo,
basketball. Mm.
all right. This is we go okay, we're gonna have to cut this because we be talking. Hey, let me ask you something. How do you feel about Dame? Dame Dash?
So
In short, how do you feel?
ish.
Do you
I just saw him in the breakfast. So I tapped in on when he was on the Breakfast Club, the last one. I'm not gonna lie, it was funny, but I feel like he's a brilliant dude. I feel like he know what he's doing, but it's just like his some people could, you know, because of some people could say like, yo, he come off as like arrogant, and you know,
so me,
I
I
think he's
think
brilliant. Shout out to
yeah,
Dame Dash.
yeah, I think I think he allowed people to come out his skin a little bit.
Yeah, I agree.
I think he's
I
doing
agree.
things that he's not definite. I mean, necessarily good at. You understand what I'm saying? He do, he do, he's doing some things that he's not necessarily good at, man. But yeah, that's it. That's for another day, though, man. But yeah, man. There's always love. Bro, it's been a few years. I'm just hoping at some particular point we could put it together and really sit down together. And like I said, I know you got a lot going on, and I really respect that. I really,
Sure.
some people don't understand. Some people got full plates. You know what I'm saying? And you one of them. You know what I'm saying? Cause you're always busy or got something you got going on.
Yeah. I got something going on, and then after that, I got friends. I got people talking about like, "Yo, when we gonna hang out?" Da 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 da. Like, and I'll be locked. I'm also locked in on my purpose too. You know what I'm saying? I'm locked in.
So where
Like,
you at in Queens or what?
I'm in Queens. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
you in
still in
Queens?
Queens. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. All right, man. But yeah, we gonna lock in, man. Yeah, just yeah, man. Hit me up, man. Just
Let's
stay at
go.
it, man. Don't let them take you down. We got to get right back. I mean, the next pot. I mean, next time we talking about the money because that's what people want to hear. They want to, you know what I'm saying. They want to. I got.
We can talk about health too. Whatever.
Man, listen.
Today was free flow, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I know, but we gonna talk about people. You know what I'm saying. We gonna talk about people want to hear. You know what I'm saying? People really want to get to that bread
When you want to do that?
on our next one. We're gonna talk about how we set it up. You know what I'm saying? How you, and we need other people tapped in too, because we need to hear what they doing.
I bet.
Yeah, yeah. We
Bet.
so as soon as we can get it popping, So what was your last podcast that you had? What was the last real setup one you had?
The real setup. The
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like the last, last guest you had on. I remember at one point, DC, you was hitting them. You was having these guests. Bro, you was at it. You was at it, bro. You was having it. You had everybody speak on everything, man. That's where I met what's his name? So I know a lot of people so far, but one of the dude handsome, Kelly
oh,
Handsome.
word,
That's where I
word.
got him from, your podcast, Kelly Handsome.
Okay.
He
Yeah,
from your podcast. Do you remember who he
I
is?
remember you. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's a trader, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
He's in Atlanta. He's in the ATL.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I still see he's active. He's
Yep.
active. Yeah, yeah. He be online all the time.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, yep, 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 yep,
Yep.
yeah,
Ah,
yeah. I
there.
remember. I remember. All right,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Love always.
Already. All right, y'all. We out.